Good morning, students. Last three classes we completed vapor compression refrigeration system and vapor absorption refrigeration system. Ultimate goal to give the cooling effect. Vapor absorption means only cooling effect. Vapor compression means maybe cooling or heating. Okay. What is the concern about cooling effect? Suppose air conditioning system. We move to the next topic. Cycles, we know by using cycles we can get cooling or heating effect. For which purpose? For the purpose of human comfort. That is our target. For the purpose of human comfort only we are doing the cooling effect. But human is having the respiration. Any live uh, that human body, it is alive means continuation respiration load is coming. Based on your working nature, the respiration load may change. Suppose while we are sleeping, 87 watt means 87 joules per second. That much of energy continuously we are releasing from our body while in sleeping. That's why before sleeping also we are eating food. Sleeping we are not doing anything. No. Entire 10 hours we are releasing some energy. That energy we have to substitute. Before sleeping we are eating something. But the releasing amount is low. That's why that 7 hours or 8 hours we are not eating anything. Daytime every 4 hours we are eating. Or next whenever rest are doing some office work means IT job like that. 115 joules per second. Or one blow means playing physical exercises. 230 joules per second. Heavy works in workshop, especially mechanical related workshops. Heavy works we are doing 440 joules per second. This much of heat continuously we are releasing per second is the operating temperature of the human body we want to maintain 37 degrees is there. At 37 degrees temperature, this much of heat continuously we are releasing. Compared to gents, this is the gents statistics. Compared to ladies statistics, it may be 15 to 20% lower than the gents because it indicates a mass index. Our mass index is high according to mass index, the exposed surface volume. Based on that, that value is changing. But it's average values, not exact values. Based on the mass index, these values may change. That heat continuously we want to remove from the human body. If you are not removing that heat from the human body, then he is not comfortable. You will feel uncomfort. Continuously we want to remove. Second thing, we are continuously relieving the moisture also, sweating. That moisture also we want to evaporate continuously. Means whatever the air is flowing upon our body, we want to evaporate that moisture. That is also second target. The first target, temperature heat rejection. That heat continuously absorption is required. The second target, continuously removing of the moisture. I want to evaporate the moisture means once air is there, if it is came the saturation condition, next evaporation of the moisture will not take place from the body. So air velocity also required. So only by using heat pump or refrigerator, we can't produce human comfort by the air conditioning. Air conditioning means only by simply refrigerator or AC we are using means that is not air conditioner, that is air cooler only or air heater. Heat pump we are using air heater. It is not conditioned. The conditioning of the air is required. Means in the air how much moisture is there. That moisture we want to control. And temperature we want to control. Sometimes in winter we want to heat the air. In summer we want to cool the air. So and next velocity of the air. Based on the different workings we mentioned. At the sleeping, okay, no problem. Minimum velocity more than sufficient. At office work, okay, that's also with the blower is more than sufficient. For compressor, fan not required. But while we are playing, the open auditoriums, huge airflow rate is there, or in workshops, big 5 HP motor fans we are placing. Means continuation removal of the moisture, air exchange is required. So these three parameters we want to control, the major driving parameters. Next, come to, I want to study the air properties. Generally, in air standard cycles, what we are assuming, air is a perfect gas. It obeys the gas laws, PV equal to nRT. That's all. Or pressure into volume directly proportional to the temperature. Boyles and Charles, combination of Boyles and Charles. But really, air is a perfect gas. If dry air is perfect gas, but general atmospheric air contains some moisture also. That moisture, water vapor it is having. That water vapor is the pure substance. It is a perfect gas. Air is the perfect gas, water vapor is the pure substance. So the atmospheric air contains, one is the perfect gas, second one is the pure substance. The combination of, we can't use the laws of perfect gas, we can't use the laws of pure substance. So separate science is required to study the ambient air conditioning, air properties, to extract the air properties. Separate science is required, that science only psychometry. Psychometry chart is developed at ambient pressure only. So air conditioning we are giving ambient pressure. At 1 atmospheric pressure, they will give the relation between the properties in the chart form. By using that chart only we are extracting the properties, not by calculation of perfect, assumption of perfect gas, not the assumption of pure substance. So we can't, these two laws not obeyed by the atmospheric air. Theoretically in air standard cycles what we are assuming, air is the dry condition. So it is a perfect gas. Whatever the perfect gas laws is there, Boyles and Charles law, PV directly proportional to temperature. We are using that one only. It's a common criteria. But for study of the human comfort, it is not valid that perfect gas laws are pure substance laws. So one psychometry we are using, that psychometry chart is there, that I will explain. So psychometry, the science which deals with the combination of perfect gas and pure substance. Next, some vocabulary is there. In thermodynamics also, starting of the thermodynamics we discussed system, open system, closed system, property, state, cycle, quasi-static process. Some vocabulary we introduce like that. They say psychometry also, some vocabulary is there. First we will discuss this vocabulary. First one is dry bulb temperature. What is dry bulb temperature? Generally bulb is in olden days when these definitions are came. Atmosphere temperature we are measuring by the thermometer. You see thermometer, that mercury thermometer. You see the bulb is there. Some sensing unit as a look like as a bulb. That's why this temperature's name came bulb. Nothing special. Dry bulb means that sensing unit, whatever the sensing unit is there, it is directly exposed to the air, whatever the air condition is there. Maybe relative humidity, maybe 40, relative humidity, maybe 50, whatever it may be. We are not artificially, we are not changing anything. At that condition, ordinary thermometer reading whatever it is exposed to the atmosphere surrounding air, whatever temperature it is measuring, that temperature is called dry bulb temperature. Come to second one, wet bulb temperature. This is not like dry bulb. This is the operator, psychometric operator. This is one thermometer. It is exposed to the open surrounding air. And Second thermometer, you can see second thermometer. In the second thermometer is immersed in the small wick, wet wick sponge like this. That sponge is filled by the water. The sponge is filled by the water. Wet wick we placed. The sponge is filled by the water. Now air is flowing on the wick. After reaching some time, the moisture absorption rate will come to saturation condition. So the air having the saturation moisture content means more than that moisture it will not absorb the air. At that condition, whatever the temperature is there, that temperature is called wet bulb temperature. You see, it is the temperature recorded by the thermometer when its bulb is covered with wet cotton and air is blowing over it in a specified velocity. When air made blow over the wet cotton will become the dry after some time. Thus, there will be a drop in temperature in thermometer, and the temperature recorded by this bulb is called wet bulb. Means 100% saturated air, moisture saturated air, whatever the temperature we are measuring, that is a wet bulb. Dry bulb means normally that measuring bulb exposed to the ambient condition, whatever the temperature we are measuring, that is called dry bulb temperature. Next, wet bulb depression. The temperature difference between dry bulb and wet bulb is called wet bulb depression. Actually, suppose in Rayalaseema or Telangana or Karnataka, wet bulb depression is high. Dry bulb and wet bulb difference is very high because relativity is very low. The air have the capacity to absorb more moisture. Suppose South India we are moving, coastal area, all coastal area, maybe Tamil Nadu, maybe Andhra Pradesh, maybe Gujarat, Bombay, any coastal area we are moving. There the difference is very low, wet bulb. Based on the wet bulb depression, the cooling tower capacity is changed. So more wet bulb depression is there, means the size of cooling tower is reduced. So more chance with less mass of the water evaporation of cooling of the condensate. Generally, if wet bulb and dry bulb temperatures are equal, then it means both are saturation air only. At 100% saturation condition only we are measuring the dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. Next, specific humidity or humidity ratio or moisture content. We are measuring the different language. What is it means? Units are kg of vapor per kg of dry air. How much kg of vapor is there per kg of dry air? How much kg of vapor is there per kg of dry air is called specific humidity, humidity ratio or moisture content in the air. How much kg of vapor is there per kg of air? The equation also, small equation is there, 0.622 into P pressure of vapor divided by total pressure means pressure of vapor. You will get you can calculate directly if you know the pressure of vapor and the pressure of total pressure of the air. Next, dew point temperature is one more parameter. You can see is the dew point temperature. While we are cooling the in fridge, we place some utensils, maybe water bottle, something. After some time, some droplets appeared on the water bottle. Where we can visualize that one. Some droplets are appearing on the water bottle. Water bottle. What is it means? The water is leaked from the bottle? No. There is no leakage from the bottle, but some water droplets will appear on the bottle. So what is the main reason for the appearance of the water bottle droplets? You can see here also water droplets is there. Bottle is not leaked, but some water droplets are there. So at particular temperature, at some particular temperature, based on the relative humidity, based on the moisture content, based on the dry bulb temperature, based on the wet bulb temperature, the conditions are different. At a particular temperature, The air unable to hold the moisture, the ambient air unable to hold the moisture, then condensation of the moisture will start from the air. The first droplet condensation of the water will start from the air. That temperature is called dew point temperature. When the air unable to hold the moisture, at that condition condensation of the moisture air vapor will start. That point is called dew point temperature. Suppose dew point temperature, dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature is same, means it is a 100% saturation air, that's all. At 100% saturation air only these three temperatures are same. The air is unable to hold the moisture, 100% saturation is coming at that condition only. Wet bulb temperature also same, dry bulb temperature also will show same. But it is clear what is dew point temperature. At what temperature the air unable to hold the moisture, then the temperature is called dew point temperature. Then come to degree of saturation. It is the ratio of the degree of saturation. It is the ratio of water vapor present in the air, the mass of water vapor present in mass of air, divided by when the air at 100% saturation, how much mass of water vapor is available. First condition, at normal condition, how much mass of water vapor present, mass of dry air divided by 100% saturation air, how much mass of water vapor contains. That relation, that ratio is called degree of saturation. Degree of saturation, if a general condition and 100% condition is more, means same, means that degree of saturation will get 1. Next, relative humidity. Relative humidity is mass of water vapor only for volume of air divided by mass of water vapor for 100% saturation volume of the air. Degree of saturation, mass of air, here relative humidity, volume of the air, that is only the difference. Next, enthalpy, all are knows. Any flowing fluid having the internal energy and it want to enter into the system or leaving from the system, it is performing some work on the system or it is performing some work on the surrounding. For performing work is flow work is called P into V and having the internal energy U. So that is enthalpy equal to internal energy plus flow work. For enthalpy equation, suppose dry air separately we are calculating Cp into dry bulb temperature plus that wet moisture content enthalpy we want to calculate. How much mass of vapor is there? What is the latent heat of vapor plus the specific heat of the vapor, that is a 4.2 only. Dry bulb temperature minus dew point temperature. Then also you can calculate the enthalpy of the air. The both case you can calculate. Or from the psychometric chart it is easy. Okay. Next, psychometric chart, the science which deals with the properties of dry and wet condition, dry air and pure substance. This perfect gas and pure substance combination, how we are dealing by using psychometric chart. I will explain like direct the DST published psychometric chart, because DST one means our Indian atmosphere temperatures they are maintaining, I think minus 15 to minus 15 to 60 degrees something. So this is the psychometric chart. You can notice this one. X-axis always represents, the x-axis always represents dry bulb temperature. This y-axis always represent moisture, mass of vapor present on mass of dry air. Mass of vapor present on mass of dry air. This is called specific humidity, humidity ratio or moisture content of air. Any title. So how much moisture, mass of vapor is provided per mass of dry air, it is showing in y-axis. Next, this curve you see, this is called saturation curve. the relative humidity saturation curve. If relative humidity is 100, then this is the saturation curve. Next one 95, 90, 80, 85. The relative humidity curve. These curvatures are all curves are relative humidity curve. The relative humidity up to 10 is there in the graph. Next you see the inclined lines. These are the inclined lines. The inclined lines represents wet bulb temperature. The all inclined lines represents wet bulb temperature. No doubt it. These all inclined lines are wet bulb temperatures. Next you see one more inclined line with high angle, with low, with high angle. These inclined lines are specific volume lines. Units are meter cube per kg. Temperatures in degree centigrade only. Units are meter cube per kg. You see the specific volume lines. These inclined lines are specific volume lines. All inclined lines are specific volume lines. Next, this wet bulb lines we are extending up to this graph, we will get the enthalpy. Enthalpy kilojoules per kg. This wet bulb lines we are extending, we will get the property of enthalpy. You can see the property of enthalpy. So I think all properties are present. One more property is there, dew point temperature. What is dew point temperature? Where the condensation of the water moisture will take place at which temperature. Suppose if I know the relative humidity, some 10 relative humidity, the dry bulb temperature may be 40 or something, somewhere here. Mark the present atmosphere condition and extend that line horizontally to the saturation curve. Extend that line horizontally to the saturation curve. At that point, whatever the dry bulb temperature is there, that is called dew point temperature. Simple. How we are determining dew point temperature? Somewhere here is there. Here dry bulb something 40, 45 something is there. Now I want to determine the dew point temperature. Then horizontally you move upon the saturation curve. In the saturation curve, whatever the temperature, dry bulb temperature is there, that is called dew point temperature. Now we are clear about the psychrometric chart, how to extract the properties. Next class we will see the air conditioning system.